it was. I hate to say this, and I don't want this to sound like an excuse, but it was the seniors picking on the freshmen. You know what I mean? It was the seniors picking on the freshmen. And, our guys are I got to do a better job of coaching them. I got to do a better job of helping them understand, what we do defensively. I got to help them understand that missing shots should have nothing to do with effort and concentration and focus. They're physically bigger than we are. Maybe not so much height-wise, but physically, their guys have had time to get in the weight room a little bit longer than our guys. But they're a solid team. They're a solid team, and they can really shoot it. And, if you're not great in your rotations, and you're not committed to making their shooters bounce it and their drivers shoot it, they can really make you look bad, and they can beat anybody in this league on a given night, And tonight, I thought that they played really good. I don't think we played with a darn. And I don't know how much, except for the made shots, I don't know how much had to do with them just playing great. I don't think we played well at all.
Yeah, I mean, I thought for a good portion of the game you were getting decent shots. They just weren't going in. And you think that affected?
No question. I mean, our offense isn't complex, but our guys are pretty committed. I mean, there's always about 5 to 8, questionable shots. That's pretty good, for us. Obviously with this team it's got to be less, but our guys are relative, and we were making shots. I mean, Chris Adams only shoots open shots, and it was just a bad night for him. He'll come back. Had a bad night for Cole. I'm worried about our layups. Attacking the basket. I didn't feel that there was great aggression attacking the basket. We were just passive, all night.
In a blowout, guys' minutes are going to be low than normal, but even so, I thought Cole and Cody did not have great games, and they played quite considerably less than they normally do.
Yeah.
We're
going to play 1:30. I mean, we're going to play 1:30 on Saturday. I was going to try to rest them. I thought if we don't make a run by the 4-minute mark or 6-minute mark, I'm going to get those guys out. We're not going to make up 25 points in
that makes sense.
6 minutes. But we didn't play well. I mean, their ball screen defense. We got to understand that it's going to be a grind every however they're playing. It doesn't matter ball screen. If they're switching it, they're blitzing it, they're going under it. It's about finding the open man and trying to get second and third touches. Defense is always going to be good in the first 10 to 15 seconds shot clock, but when the ball doesn't find the open man, we become very average, and now we're fighting shot clock on some of those open looks, and the pressure kind of builds. The ball's got to be free flowing, and it wasn't tonight.
And with Cole, it seems like over the last few games he's struggled to rebound the ball a little bit more. Is that teams focusing on him, or him just not, or is it the fact that we're back in the league and teams are a little more familiar with him?
This was something we talked about with both those guys. Now you're no longer a secondary guy. I'll give you an example. I played with a great player at Northwestern named Walker Lambert. I was a secondary guy. Then I started averaging most points. In the second half of the season, the whole thing switched, and they were guarding me, and my numbers went down. Well, now it's been like that. It's going to definitely be like that in conference, where everything is going to be directed towards Cole and Cody in terms of how they're going to play and guard those guys. It's a whole different set of responsibilities. We were tougher to guard last year because we had literally 5 guys that could score. Right now, we got some guys still trying to find themselves. And once they do, and once we get a true defensive mindset, I really do. I think we're going to be a good team. It's just a question of when is it going to click, and for those guys to now trust and have complete trust into finding the open man. I thought Cole pressed a little bit. The turnover in the first half where he dribbles the ball and falls down. That's all him trying to do too much. It's got to be about finding the open man, and the ball will find the net. The open man is the best player the way we play.
And with Matt, it seems like that he's started to mature, and you're starting to see kind of what he could be, especially in a game like this. So what have you seen kind of over the course of the season?
He's the best and most committed at setting good screens, really sealing in the post, really rim running and on the ball screen, and playing physical. He's not because he's blessed with some size. He's not afraid of contact. He'll go through some people, and that's why he's been more successful than maybe some of the other guys. All right?
All right.
Thanks.
Thanks.